have hundreds and hundreds of pictures on your phone and on your digital cameras that you've never printed out and you hardly ever look at. You guys are just like my mom when I was growing up. We had little containers of film all over the house that she never developed. When I got together with my husband, my mother-in-law has dozens and dozens of scrapbooks from when she was a little girl all the way on. And I love that my husband had that, and I never did. Then, shortly after he got married, my grandfather died, and we discovered that he had tons and tons of scrapbooks. And as we were going through it, he had written little notes in the margins of where they were and what they were doing, and it was almost like we had him back again. So I decided then that I was going to take up the hobby for myself and my family, and I found out that it's really not that difficult. There are really only 3 things you have to do to make a well-done page. You need to have a subject, you need to come up with a layout, and then you need to do just visual interest, things that make it look interesting when it's in there. So for my demonstration today, these are the things that I have put out. Here we go. The first thing that you need to do is come up with a subject. My subject today is my adorable daughter when she was only 1.5 years old at the beach. The next thing you need to do is either pick out a title or a theme. Sometimes I start with a title. You want to do cute as a bug, and you kind of move along with things that'll go with that. For this one, I happen to have a set of stickers that say Beach Bum. I was like, this is a good theme, this is a good title. So the next thing, sorry, I appreciate it. It would be easier if I had a table. So the next thing you need to do is gather information about what you're doing, because later on when your kids and your family are looking at this, they may not have your memory and they may not know where it's from. So I know for this particular one, we were at Crescent Beach, 2001, and my daughter was playing with a Pepsi can. We had an entire bag full of sand toys for her, but all she wanted to do was fill this empty Pepsi can with sand over and over again. And that's the memory that I want to document on this. So after that, you now have a subject and a theme, and you have your information set out. You have to come out with a layout. I personally love to go on websites such as Pinterest and different blogs where they have already made layouts. It makes it super, super easy. But if you don't want to do that, or if you just really like the process of making your own layout, one of the big things to keep in mind is that we read from top to bottom and from left to right. So the first things that you want to see are going to be at the top of the page, and then your eye will naturally move around. So for this one, I'm going to do 3 right across the middle. And this absolutely adorable picture of her with pigtails I want to put at the top, because that's one of the first things that I want to see. So once you come up with your layout, and also keep in mind that you can play with layering and you can play with shapes. All of that stuff is going to make things more interesting, which is going to be the next step, which is just creating the visual interest. So you start off with the 4 concepts of design. You need color, pattern, texture, and shine. All of those things make whatever you're looking at more interesting. So for color, I picked this bright green because it's the same color as her little itty bitty bikini. And it's just so gosh darn cute. So we're going to then do pattern. I've got some cute little polka dots up here. I have an adorable little gingham print down there. And then I also found this super cool thing in my scraps. It's a stripe, but if you look closely, it has a little bit of glitter glue that's over it, which will also give you texture and shine. You can also do texture by things that are 3D. I happen to have some 3D stickers that are super adorable, little lollipops and things like that, so that's going to give you more texture, and because they have a little bit of glitter, a little more shine. So all of that's going to come together to make it visually stimulating. So start off with this one. We're going to throw on 1 pattern and texture. Here we go. Another pattern. And then another pattern. As you can see, this is interesting as it is. It's super humid, so nothing's sticking. And then you can add your pictures on top of that, and then your 3D, and then your title. So don't be intimidated. It's super, super easy. 3 things. You get your subject, you make your layout, you add visual interest, and then you'll get to have it for years and years to come, and your children can enjoy it, morbid as it is, long after you got it. Thank you all for your time. I really appreciate your helping me.